Do I get to see that on my channel? Live? Oops. Let's knock the camera over. Excuse the technical difficulties. There's nobody on here yet. I'm live right now. Okay, so let's maximize that. Looks like it's supposed to be horizontal though. Oh, I don't think it matters.
Oh.
Do you see that? Oh, where'd that go? Oh. I want to see. Got it. Hey, Paul. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of a thing here, and I'm just trying to see if I can see it on my laptop here so I can moderate at the same time. There we go. So, so a volume of an audience of one, the person that's going to appreciate this the most. I decided to this. By the way, this does not include the sets that are in the garage that are part of the layout, but that's a very, very small, negligible number compared to what we see here. I honestly had no idea how much I had of reconstituting all these sets. And I wanted to get them together because I wanted to just get an idea of what I can get rid of. And I'm going to open up like Word or something here. I'm going to see what I can do here. Microsoft Office. Let's go down to Word maybe. Professional to the core here, I'll tell you. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. This is something else. I'm going to show this right now. So this is a beta 1 in a bag without the faceplates. And what I've done now is, in order to protect the antennas so they don't get broken inside the bag or bent or busted, I make a Lego container to hold them. So there's that. What?
Facebook Live or?
YouTube.
Oh.
Should I go on Facebook Live?
No, I couldn't find you.
Oh, is this better on Facebook or YouTube? I think it's better on Facebook, eh?
I don't know.
We have more Facebook people, probably.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Does that matter? I wonder if we could do Facebook Live and stream it to YouTube. Professional. I wanted to honestly see. This is one of my cosmic equators. This is another one of my cosmic equators. I don't have too many of those built right now. This is the nice 6971. But I did this also to figure out how many of these I had, because I think I have a disgustingly too many numbers of these that I can start selling off right now. So there's one, there's two. Over here, I think. Right, over there. There's three. At least 8 Galaxy Commanders. Hello, Guadalupe. The 2 Lego. How's it going? I was going to count how many 689s I have, but I think there's at least 17 in here. that I reconstituted just to see if I could. It's 4, 6, 7. The majority is classic space, 4-digit classic space. 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I just have 10 reconstituted. I don't think many more. Oh, 11 in here in a bag of a whole bunch of different sets. So at least 11 of the 6890s, 12 and 13. 13 of those. Huh.
What was that?
Oh, this thing turned off. That has a timer, eh? So 1 hour, 2 hours. So yeah, I'm just going through my classic space sets, and when I say classic space in this context, it's between 1978 to 1999. We have the classic space from 1978 to 1985 right here, and I separated 4 digits from 3 digits. My Galaxy Explorers and everything are over there. Then we have Futuron, which, as most people know, I did not collect a lot of, but every set is there. You can't see that's off screen. Then I have over there, I have Space Police, Mtron, UFO, Space Police 2, Blacktron right there, Ice Planets, Explorians, Unitron, and Spirius. I didn't bother sorting it out because it's my 2 least favorite themes. Way over there is Blacktron 2, and way in the back corner is Insectoids, which I do like Insectoids. So every set between 6880 and 6991 are right here, and of course, usually multiple copies. It's very rare that I only have 1 copy. In the Mtron, I only have 1 megacore magnetizer and 1 ship, but the other ones, there's a few copies. And so basically, I'm going through all my totes. There was 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 totes of this stuff that I've been collecting all these years, and I'm gonna downsize because this is literally disgusting. So, and I'm trying to figure out what the easiest way to downsize is, and I think it's by getting rid of, like, when I have 8 Cosmic Fleet Void, no, 8 Galaxy Commanders, I don't need 8. I need 2, maybe. So I have to. It's taking up too much room in the garage, taking up too much in my life, and I'm at that point now where if I don't take care of it now, it's never going to be taken care of. So I'd rather do it now. I'm going to see how many robot command centers I have, because there's 2 right there. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, yep, 5, and 6. 6 robot command centers. Another Beta 1. 6 robot command centers. Maybe that's a good number. The robot command center was the set that I did not buy off the store shelves back in the day because I didn't like the look of it, and I didn't like it until I built one about a decade ago or 15 years ago, and I said, ooh, this is a cool set. I did not buy it new. Uranium search vehicles, always fun to have. Black Lego, yeah, so we got a ton of Blacktron right over there. It's Blacktron, I did buy all the originals off the store shelves back in the day when they came out. The Renegade, the Batrax, the Invader, and then the Message Intercept base, and then the one little ship that came after that, the little Walker. I bought all those new when they were available in the stores. It's my first time being theme complete, because of course I didn't buy hardly any Futuron except for the monorail. And when it came to classic space, I only bought the sets I liked. But there was lots of them. As you can see, there's tons of classic space. I can block the camera. Yeah, so the classic space, I only bought the sets I wanted, and basically what we needed for a movie that we made in 1984. Go look at it on my YouTube channel. It's called Lego Wars. Shh, don't tell Lego Company. I won't get in trouble again. So we only bought the sets we needed to make the movie. So I didn't buy all of Classic Space. And of course, Classic Space ran from 1978 to 1986. I mean, the 3 digits only ran to 1980. But, and there was a lot of Classic Space, a lot of sets. And again, I did not buy the Robot Command Center because I didn't want to at the time. It was not my favorite set. I did buy the Uranium Search Vehicle off the store shelves. I bought the Beta 1 off the store shelves. I bought the I got the 6880 for Christmas and the 6890 for Christmas when I was 12 or 13. But I didn't buy too many, like I definitely did not buy this set. I even forget the set number. I wasn't remotely interested in back then. I wasn't interested in being complete. And so I didn't bother. I wanted to buy the rocket launcher, the 6950, which is in here. Oh. Okay. The rocket launcher, which I should have multiple copies of in here. Let me find it. Oh, and I also bought the Walker. Fantastic set. And it's with the other Walker. I bought that one. This was the lead antagonist ship in the Lego Wars movie. Let me see if I can find a 6950, because I know I have a few of them in here, which is very odd, but I can't find one right now. Another Beta 1. Another Walker. Another Beta 1. The solar power transporter. I love that set, but I did not buy it off the store shelves. So let me see. I could have sworn I had like this. Oh, there's one. Actually, there's two 6950s rocket launcher. I know I have a few more in here. This set we got for the movie because it's a fun little set, and then we had to blow up the bad guy's ship at the end. The lab, the mobile lab, is a great set, but I did not buy that new in the stores. So I actually differentiated the sets. I remember buying sets in the store. Like the FX, I bought in the store. And my problem is I bought the Gamma 5 the year before, and I love the Gamma 5. The Gamma 5 again is in the movie, our movie. And then I bought the FX, and I thought they're just doing the Gamma 5 all over again, except slightly bigger. Although the FX has grown on me, so I don't mind that. The big Polaris base came with 4 blue space minifigs. I bought one in the store because I wanted the blue minifigs. That's why I bought it back in 1980, whatever it came out. I remember that. The mobile, the all-terrain vehicle, and I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 in here right now. I like the all-terrain vehicle, but I never bought one. So all these came in used lots into my collection. What else? I did buy this guy, and I can't remember, TriStar, I can't remember. Okay, babe. Not at all remotely close to my favorite set. But I bought him because he was cheap. And I think it came in a 2-pack. When I rebuilt it, I go, my dislike for it alleviated a little bit, abated, shall we say, a little bit. It's not bad. I did a review on it. More small sets, a space start and some launchers and blah, blah, blah. I meant to separate those into separate bags, but never got around to it. This is the set that was in the first scene of our movie, except it was a bad take, and of course it blows up in the scene, so we couldn't put it back together because the Lego had melted. So we used the Gamma 5. I got a bevy of Starfleet Voyagers, which again I did not buy new off the shelf when I was younger because I didn't want to. Here's a bag full of Space Starts. I remember buying one of those when I was a kid. More space labs, mobile labs, more uranium search vehicles. The supply base. Now again, I don't put base plates in these bags because they'll just get bent. I keep my base plate separate. But the supply base was a complete meh set for me growing up. Am I taking notes? I should be taking notes. I meant to take notes and figure out how many of each set I have, but I'm not going to bother. Yes, I have two 375s. Here's. I think that's a 375, the lunar lander. Or no, sorry, the 375 is the castle. I had 4 or 5, and I sold a few. Because I sold all my non-classic space stuff first, because I don't, castle and town and whatever else. But I have the lunar lander. It's not in any of these piles over here, but I had to keep it separate, and we'll talk about that in a second. So anyway, all my classic space. The X1, just a fantastic set. I love that. And again, 2 more rocket launchers, another walker. I never owned this set at all. I've showed you the other one, but this is a different one. This is one with the alternate wheels in the bottom. And I got 3 in the past year collecting used lots. Never wanted to buy it. And this little launcher thing, I did not like it back in the day. And I built it to do my reviews. If you go on my YouTube channel, you can see I reviewed every one of these sets from 6880 to 6991. Not my favorite transporter at all, but it's not bad. Another lab. This guy, you'll recognize him. It's in pieces. Everything's in pieces and bags because I don't want pieces breaking off. I did not buy him in the store. I didn't. I didn't mind him. It came with some really cool pieces. So, another FX surface controller. This guy with the 2 trans yellow antennas. It's perfect. And I got 2 of those this year or last year. Another FX surface controller. A bag full of odds and sods that I used to put on my space layouts for shows, but then I downsized. Another one of these guys that we just showed you with the 2 transgel axles. Another mini rocket launcher, 2 mobile all-terrain vehicles. It's literally disgusting. Oh, what's over here? Gamma 5, a whole Gamma 5 right there. Fantastic. Oh, yes, another rocket launcher. And more miscellaneous little vehicles that I used to bring to shows. What I did is I just got sick of bringing like 25, 30, 50 vehicles and ships to shows, and no place for them on the layout. So I really downsized. I have 3 918s, 3 924s, 3 928s. I have 2 Starfleet Voyagers, and then I have a bunch of little tiny ships that fit into the layout boxes. I've done videos on that in the past. And it works perfectly well because there's enough leftover, so I don't have the same layout every time. I can put different vehicles out. But let's go over here. If I sneak back over to, let me turn the camera. Okay, then we're going over here. Shake, shake, shake. Sorry for the camera shake. My wife's gone. So this is Futuron. This is going to be very, very big, very, very basic. 200. I got 2 or 3 of those. This little thing, not very big. The only thing I want to point out is the 6990 in a bag, including the monorail cars and the monorail motor right there. It's the only 6990 I've reconstituted. I could possibly reconstitute at least 8 of these. My monorail's taken up in my layout, so I don't bother reconstituting any more 6990s. A couple lab pieces and blah blah blah. Maybe that's not even here. Oh, this is Explorians. I keep on mentioning this. Explorians and Futuron are basically cut from the same cloth. The only difference between Explorians and Futuron is the trans neon green. It's exactly the same style of building. It's exactly the same everything. This should be over there. Explorians. Okay, so we get into some of my more favorites. Space Police one. I was going to do this in order. I can. There's Black Sun right here. Come over here again. Turn the camera. What's that say? Am I taking notes? Yeah. It's quite a bit of Lego space. Yes, it is, Mark. And it's got to be downsized. I keep on saying it. So Blacktron, one message intercept base. One, two, what is it? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 renegades. Now, on the topic of the actual renegades, there are I think one. Yes, one. One renegade has 2 renegades. I substituted because 2 of my renegades I couldn't complete because it's missing the 2 yellow with stripes tile, and those are stupid expensive on Mugnet. So I mean Bricknet. So I didn't bother. So that's 6 renegades. I got a few of these downstairs on my display shelf, so I don't know how many of those I have. But Batraxes, I have 1 Batrax. There's 2 Batraxes. Right now, only 2 Batraxes, which is fine. So let's try to keep this going in order. The next, and then the walker. Here's a little walker that came out the year after. What else? Oh, let me just keep on reading this. Hi, everybody. Our building construction PDF. Yes, so there's a whole bunch of websites that do PDFs of Lego sets, especially from back in the day. My problem, well, not a problem, this is what I do. My thing is that my number one go-to web page for Lego, it's actually my bookmark page for the last 25 years, is lugnet.com, Lugnet.com. And it has right up in the upper right-hand corner a search filter for, you type in a set number or a name, and then you click the down arrow and you click sets. It takes you over to Peeron, Peernon, Peeron, Peeron.com. That has all the PDFs or all the screenshots of the instructions up until when people stopped using Peeron. Now there's Brick Owl, there's a whole bunch of newer sites that basically ripped off Peeron and started adding their own for later sets. But Classic Space, when I want to build a set, I go to Peeron.com because it gives me a parts list and it gives me the instructions. And I think other newer websites do it all in PDF. You can just download the PDF. Peeron has a few that are PDF and few that are just web. You just click on next and whatever. So you can find them quite easily. You just type the Lego instructions and the set number, and you'll have half a dozen links to tell you where you can go find those sets to find the instructions for and the part list for. I alternate between Peeron and Bricklink for parts. I usually try to use Peeron first, but the Bricklink list is equally or even better than the Peeron list. But Bricklink's new and is updated all the time, and Peeron is not. Peeron's old-timey, and I'm pretty much old-timey. So now we go back over here, shaky cam time. Go over here, because we just did Blacktron, and now we go over to Space Police 1. Back in the day, when it was just Space Police, because Space Police was all there was. So there's the capital ship, there's the base, oh, is the beautiful name. Remote, so anyway, the base is here. I used to have a few copies of that base, but some friends didn't have a complete one and they wanted the unique parts that are powered out, so I shipped it to them. So I only have one of those bases. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7 of the small little ships. Is that what they're called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The vehicle, and I have 1 light and sound of the Space Police. And then let's just hop over to M-Tron over here. I don't know if you can hear me over here. M-Tron. If I didn't like Classic Space, it'd be between M-Tron and Ice Planet as to what theme I would actually do. So The particle ionizers, I did buy. Well, I bought all of them trying off the stores, out of the stores. So 1, 2, 3. Capital ship. 4 particle ionizers. 1 capital ship. Again, wasn't my favorite ship at all. 1 mega core magnetizer. I'm gonna build another one soon. And the smaller vehicles, a whole bunch. I got a bag of these little wheeled vehicles. There's 8 in there. So I have enough M-trons to make me happy. While we're back here, we're gonna put these aside. UFO. The big UFO. The even bigger UFO. And then last week or 2 weeks ago, I reconstituted just a whole bunch of these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and then 5 of those, and then 1, 2, 3 smaller UFOs, and then the little tiny wheeled vehicles right there. So that's UFO. Space Police 2, which I didn't like as much. The capital ship, the Rebel Hunters, 2 of those in a bag, and then the rest are all over here in one bag. All the smaller sets, another Rebel Hunter. Space Police 2, I thought they kind of failed on it, but I can go into that in a sec. Unitron, Spirius. Oh, let me turn. Over here. Missing anybody? Light and sound. Oh, good. So, thanks for the audio. The only thing about Unitron / Spirius is I have 1, 2, 6, 9, 1, 1, 6, 9, 9 ones in a bag. Again, without the base plate. Again, not even remotely close to my favorite theme, but they made some cool robots. This guy was cool. I forget what it's called, but it splits in half and the vehicle falls out. But what was cool about this one is I made it nice planet colors, and it was fantastic. And I give it to my friend Dave because he loves Ice Planet. I love to recolor these sets in other themes because then they look better. Because I'm colorblind, and black and red and dark blue, it looks like a muddled mess even from this close to me. It doesn't spring out, which is the exact opposite of Blacktron 2. Because the white and the trans neon green with the black is fantastic. So aerial intruders, a whole bunch of the smaller sets. Another aerial, I think it's an aerial intruder. I got 4 or 5 of the wheeled vehicles with the suspension on them. There's another one there. There's another one there. Another aerial intruder. 2 aerial intruders in here. Oh, sorry. This is the base. The Alpha Centauri base. And then my favorite by far, and I can't believe I don't have a lot of them. My favorite, and some pieces. My favorite Blacktron 2 set. On it. I think you can still see the corner of. Insectoids. the theme that everybody else hates and I adore. The arachnid base. I got those cheap on discount, and I got another one in the used lot, which is not here. The smaller ships that are all whatever. And let's see if. Oh, nope, I took the batteries out. So I took the batteries out here. Usually I take the batteries out so the batteries don't wreck them. The smallest ship, the smaller ships, and the ones with the suspension on it. Again, I don't know all the names for the arachnid, the insectoids. And then Explorians, again, to me it is just a complete homage to Futron, but I like insectoids better. But the big capital ship, what's it called? Fossilizer, it doesn't matter. 2 of them. I got one just a few months back. The base, always cool. And another base. the Nebula 7 outpost, I think that, yeah, the little thing, and smaller set. And then, let me just turn the camera because this is gonna be fun. Especially for my friend Paul and Kaon. Oh. A bag full of Sat 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. I think at least 4. My favorite ice planet. But there's the ship. There's another ship. So I got 3 capital ships for Ice Planet. I got the small little ship that my sister gave me for my Christmas, for my birthday. Small little shirts, and a bag full of miscellaneous. The base. I just have base plate. I only have 1 base plate. So Ice Planet is so cool. It's pardon the pun. It's a fun theme, actually. So, and now the last, but well, probably not last, but definitely something that has to be talked about because I haven't gotten here yet. 3-digit classic space sets. So, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And 7, 8, 9 in the garage. Those are complete. Galaxy Explorers. 924s, 2, 4. That's it for the 924s. Again, 3 in the garage, so that's 7 of those. The 918s, 1. Oh my goodness, 5. Oh, this should not be it. It's another Robust Command Center. 6. So 6 918s, 3 in the garage, so that's 9 of those. Alpha 1 rocket base and 2 Alpha 1 rocket bases, and I could probably build a few more of those. 926 base, I got one downstairs, already built. The mobile tracking station, which I do try to keep separate. There's 2, let's see, do I have any more right here? So I got 2 mobile tracking stations with the original trans-clear antennas, the radar dishes, which I adore. Rocket launchers, I don't know how many rocket launchers, there's a whole bunch in here, there's this one, and even over here, rocket launchers. And I have one in the layout, 886 all by itself, and this little guy, but I substituted the trans blue with trans red because I like that better. So that is my 3-digit sets that I have together. Over here, way over here, let me just turn this in again. This thing's falling over. Let me just straighten this out. I got a very bad tripod here right now that just wants to fall over. Let's see what we got here. Earthquake. So, sorry about that. I should have gotten a better tripod to take care of this. There we go. Oh, €234. Thanks, Mark. Black base plates. Yeah, I do have a few downstairs. Yeah, oops. Sorry about that. Over here, again, I mentioned the lunar lander. So this is my miscellaneous stuff over here. Oops, I'm gonna tilt the camera down so it looks better. But I got a crappy tripod here. So I have to don't want to sneeze. So I got a lunar lander from when I was a kid. I have Life on Mars, 1 set, which is, it is what it is. I have my Tron, which I love, by the way. I have that Lego Ideas Tron, which I keep together. I got 2 Peter Reed robots and platforms here that are pretty much dismembered and dismantled, but I try to keep them here, so if I ever do restore them, I can restore them. I got a bag of collectible minifigs, Space Police 1 collectible minifigs, but they were cool, so I got them. I don't know why my little cruisers, my police cars ended up in there. But I also have, again, this was for the layout, the container for the Starfleet Voyager and the containers from the 924. I would just put them all over the layout like the users, the guys were doing something with. Over here, I'll zoom in. I made a Renegade in Classic Space Colors, and I also made a Batrax in Classic Space Colors, and I also made an Invader in Classic Space Colors. And those went over relatively well back in the day. Also, I made that Spirius or Unitron robot in Classic Space Colors, and that was part of my look for many, many years. What's this? I didn't bother reconstituting that. I just got this in a lot. Mars Missions or Life on Mars or whatever. One Benny spaceship, two Benny spaceships, and I have a few downstairs. Also, my mock of my homage to the 6890. And so this used to be in the layout, but it broke too much, so I said screw it. But my plan was to, and this is, if you remember from Lego Movie 2, it has this funky looking wing base plate that came in that small Benny spaceship that in Lego Movie 2, and I wanted it to make a 6890 out of it. And then we have two more Galaxy Explorers, but not Galaxy Explorers. One is the white, pure white Galaxy Explorer, and I used, I don't know if you can see this, the original 1x1 white bricks with the letters on them that came out in the 60s and 70s. And then I have the black Galaxy Explorer slash Babylon 5 slash Blacktron 1 crossover. So that's that. Those are my little things that I kept together in a bag just in case I want them. But the rest of the stuff all over the floor. Well, let's go back over here. It's all moved around. The rest of the stuff all over the floor are sets that I've been just reconstituting a lot over the last bunch of years because I wanted to. I just didn't realize, honestly, how many I had. And I'm looking at it now, and I was planning years ago to do one show, where I bring my 9 totes of these sets to a show and setting them all up across a whole bunch of tables. Not just kind of just throw them out there, but kind of look like they're doing something and spaceports and all that crap. But I'm looking at all this, and I'm looking at how dismembered, how broken apart they are in these bags, because that's what has to happen in order to store them, in order to make sure pieces don't break under stress of storage. So this would take an entire weekend at least to reconstitute these sets, even though they're all in individual bags. I'd have to get my friends like you guys to come out and help me rebuild all these sets to put them on display, and it would take a long time to get them rebuilt. And this is why, for my layout that I bring to shows, the 3 Galaxy Explorers, the 3 924s, the 3 918s, all the little ships are stored in foam on shelves, which takes up a lot more space to hold a lot fewer sets. But they're not broken when I get to a show. I just take them out of the shelf, the foam's around them, and I drop them on the layout, and I just walk away. It takes 2 seconds. One of the biggest time-consuming parts of doing shows back in the day, when I used to carry everything around in cardboard boxes, was the breakage. And it would take me a long time to fix the buildings, fix the ships, fix everything so it'd be not broken, and put it in layout. So setting up a layout back then took 4 to 6 hours for a small layout, whereas my medium-sized layout that I have now takes 2 hours max, unless I'm doing a lighting, which it takes a lot longer then. But it takes 2 hours if I focus on it. It takes 2 hours to set up that entire layout. And you can go to my YouTube channel, my home page. My channel page has you can see the layout in there if you haven't seen it yet. And I don't want to bore you to tears with it, but that layout takes 2 hours to set up without the lighting. And that is utterly fantastic. So I get to enjoy this show. Back in the day, when I was setting up a layout, 4, 6, 8 hours, and the show's already started, and people are walking by, the public's there, and they're talking, hey, and then they're trying to talk to me. I'm too busy trying to set up the layout, fixing a car here, fixing a spaceship there. And it was just like annoying because I want to enjoy the show. And I feel like I'm under too much pressure, 100% from me, to make the display show worthy. And if I'm setting up the show setting up the layout during the show start after the public are allowed, then I'm not show worthy. So I did all those boxes, and you can again check out my YouTube channel. I built all those wooden boxes, and I put foam inserts and blah, blah, blah to keep the stuff from breaking. All this stuff is broken. There's not one single set in this entire mess of sets that isn't slightly apart, and most of them are really apart because they break down. I don't want to store air. I want to store sets. Um, and so I'm looking at it all, and I'm going, I'm not bringing this stuff to a show. I'm not bringing any of this to a show because then I'm going to be fixing it and putting it on display. Now, with the 6 or 7 or whatever the Galaxy Commanders, do I want to bring those to a show? Sure. Like I had visions in the past of just even using my layout, and in one show just bring all Galaxy Commanders. Just every landing pad has a Galaxy Commander on it. I think that'd be kind of fun. But Galaxy Commanders break a lot in storage. and I purposely break them in storage because, again, I mentioned this before, you have this little antenna here, right? And if it gets caught on something and is built into the ship, then it's going to either break the 1x1 plates, modified plates here, or it's going to bend the antenna. And I've had bent antennas before. So I try to, when I store this stuff, take all those things out so they don't get pushed. And I'm noticing that this one's, I didn't do that. Because I don't want broken pieces in a bag. I'd rather have the set apart than broken pieces. And this is, I mentioned earlier, what I did with my my old light gray antennas that in the old 3-digit sets. I make a little container for them so they don't get beat up inside a container, inside storage. So I try to take the sets apart anyway so things don't get broken, like parts don't get broken themselves. But then just shuffling them around, they break more. So, let's see what the text is going on. I do, for those who've been around long enough with me, no, I did design table runners for space sets, for all themes. I do want to keep at least one of each. I'm not going to get rid of everything, but I do want to keep one of each, and then do the table runners. But I have to find a good printer, somebody who will print that on vinyl, so I could just roll it out and then put the set out there. And so, and not doing all themes, because again, I couldn't care less about Spirius or Unitron. But classic space for sure. And see what I can maybe just change it up for other shows. But I also did this to sort out, because all these were across 9 different totes. Now I'm going to put all the classic space in one tote, and then all the Mtron and whatever else fit in the next tote, and blah, blah, blah. But it looks like classic space is going to take up 3 totes by itself. So it is what it is. I think what happens is that when and for again, my friends on this that remembering that I was doing my Reconstitution series last year and the year before, where I was doing a review of every single classic space set from 1978 to 1999. I kept all the sets together. I put them in a Ziploc. I put them in a tote, and I put the tote in the garage. Right, and then I got a lot of used lots, and again, you can go back in my feed and see that I got a lot of used lots over the years, and then I would reconstitute all the space sets, and I would put them in a tote and put them in the garage. And then I went in the garage this morning. We were gonna do some outdoor work, but it started snowing, so we're not outside working in the garden or anything like that. So I thought this is a perfect day for me to spend in here, pulling all this stuff out and going through it all, and figuring out what I have and what I want to get rid of and blah blah blah. But I was, and my wife was as well. I did not know, and she did not know how much of this I actually had. It's not nice. I'm not comfortable right now with this. Is verging on hoarding. It really is, and I've tried my level-headed best over the years not to let this hobby, because it's a hobby, not become an obsession. But this looks like, for me right now, in my status, in my state of my life, older than 50, this feels pretty close to hoarding. It really does. And I'm not happy with it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to keep some sets out. I'm going to start putting them on Marketplace again. Somebody asked me the other day if I'm going to open up a Bricklink store. I'm not. I do not want to open up a Bricklink store. I do not want to put up with the, this piece was discolored and I didn't get a minute prompt. No, Facebook Marketplace, I'll ship if you want to pay for shipping. I've done it already, but they're gonna go on Marketplace. And usually I'll go on Facebook, I'll go on Bricklink and I will look at the lowest price of any one of these sets, and I'll see what's missing, because always the lowest price has something missing, like the box instructions and 5,000 pieces and minifigs, and I will price these sets accordingly to Bricklink, even though I'm not on a Bricklink store, and I'll put them on Facebook Marketplace. What I'm going to put on there right now, I don't know, but possibly Spirius and Unitron because I don't want them. And again, all the Galaxy Commanders, like really, no, I can get rid of some of those really quickly, and even the 6890s, and maybe some rocket launchers, possibly the robot command centers, some of those, just so I don't have 8, 6, just 1 or 2 max. Like seriously, that's all I need. In a show, it'd be great to have like 7 robot command centers, like standing there, like they're doing something, but no. I'd rather just bring my layout, and people are impressed with that. And I'm impressed with that. So I think I'm going to stop the idea of doing a big show with all of this stuff. I'm going to put that aside because I can't even fit all this in the van. Like the 9 totes and then the family, like to go to a show. No, I can't do that. It's not going to happen. So, and then as I say, the time, just looking at it, the time to reconstitute all these sets at a show, that's stupid time. No, I'm not doing it. So, so I've kind of made up my mind on this. I think it's time to really get my butt in gear. I've sold some Lego in the past 2 or 3 months. It's been fantastic. I think it's time to start getting into this. And I'll try to be as accurate as possible in my Facebook Marketplace listings about the pieces that are missing. Because again, I showed you the Renegades that is missing the 2 yellow 2x2 tiles with black stripes for some of them. And we'll go from there. Anyway, let's see what the live says. Hi, Irish Media Nerd. It's going quite well. With these vintage parts, how do plastic hold up? Okay, so on that specific note, I do try. Usually when I get a used lot, the pieces are vintage to that era. Some of these sets have, like if it's a 2x4 brick and it was missing a 2x4 brick in the instructions or in the lot, I will just grab a 2x4 brick out of my collection and make sure it looks good. I try to sometimes adhere to era specific, the injection mold on the side, for example, instead of on the top stud. But I will say, I also, if the white has faded to, it looks like tan, because sometimes white does that, I will replace the white piece with a better looking white piece. And the same with the classic gray, the old light gray, I will replace them. So, but you will see, especially in the older sets, that there is discolorization on some of the pieces, and that's just gonna happen. Oh, wife's back. And that's a shame, but it's gonna happen. The Lego from the 70s and 80s, the early 80s, was a different mixture of whatever chemicals, polymers. Hey, babe. And so I do have a lot of classic pieces that have yellowed, shall we say, especially white and light gray and blue. But overall, my set, I try to, if I come across a really ugly looking piece, I swap it out because, again, if you go back to my YouTube channel and look at the my Lego room, I have enough pieces to substitute overall. I keep on reconstituting sets, as some of my fans know here, and sometimes I am surprised by the pieces I don't have, but the pieces I do have, I have many pieces of, so I don't usually worry about the yellowing. But they are gonna, some are gonna be yellowed, straight up. That's what's gonna happen, and I'm sorry about that. Discoloring absolutely happens. Discoloring does happen, but I try to keep it to a minimum. Let's see if I can find something really quick, especially on one of these guys. You can see on here, the 1x grays are a different color than the plates. They're lighter, they're faded, they're yellowed a little bit, right? It's going to happen on these sets. It is going to happen. From 1979, 1980, it's definitely going to happen. But as I say, I do have some really good quality pieces from that era, just by acquiring used lots and my own pieces that I got. Because when I got my space sets and I started buying my own, I took really good care of them. But on the flip side, I bought the monorail. That came out in 1987. I bought that new off the store shelf. I walked into the store, I saw it, I bought it. It was $150 at the time, and I took it home. And I had an apartment that had a spare bedroom. So I had a 2-bedroom apartment. I had my bedroom, and the other spare bedroom was the Lego room. So what happened was that I had a little bit of a ping pong table there that wasn't used for ping pong. It was used for a space layout. So I had this entire, because I had all those sets from Lego Wars that we made, and I kept on buying sets after that. And the bedroom had a big window and it faced south. So what happened was my bedroom, from morning to night, the sun was shining in the bedroom. And back then, this is 1987, 1988, 1989, I literally had no idea that Lego discolored unless you purposely did it. I did not know sun damaged Lego. And so my 6990 monorail, my original 6990 monorail, and I can find the pieces downstairs, there's 2x8 plates on top of the little cargo containers with the 1x2 tile with the arrow on it and other things. You will see where the tiles aren't, those 2x8s, they're all yellowed, and where the tiles were, that's pure white. And I said, that came off my 6990 monorail because it sat there for 3 years with the sun shining on it every day. And it's also remarkable that in that little container that came in the 6990, they have the 1x2 panels, right? Those did not discolor at all. And the hinge tops, because the 1x2 brick hinge, the tops didn't discolor, the bottom discolored. So it was really odd that different plastics or whatever discolored differently. So I have some 2x8 light gray plates downstairs that are mint from that era, just like they look like they just came out of the box. And I have light gray tiles downstairs, or like 2x8 light gray plates that look like they're tan. Same with the white. I have white pieces that look like they're tan, and the only way you can tell that they were white is you turn them over and look at the bottom, and they're white. They discolored enough that they look like tan bricks. And so when you're sorting, oh, this is tan. Oh wait, no, it's white. So it happens. It is what it is. It is. It's part of the hobby. If again, I've mentioned this numerous times. If you look at the actual tower in my layout that I bring. When I was building that, I did not, a lot of fans, a lot of people who build mocks want to build with quote unquote new pieces only. And I love when they do that because it looks utterly fantastic. For me, I wanted the layout itself to look like it's been lived in, like it's been there for 50, 100 years. And this is an ongoing service station out there in an asteroid or in the moon somewhere. So I didn't mind grabbing 2x4 bricks because there's a lot of blue 2x4 bricks and 2x3s and slopes and stuff in my tower. I didn't check to see if they were yellowed or not yellowed. If you look at it, they kind of look multi or whatever, the different colors, shadings. And that was done on purpose, just to make it look, it was used. I make it, I use the analogy of Space 1999, that wonderful series that came out between 1976 and 1977, Moonbase Alpha. It did not look pristine brand new. It looked like it was used. It looked like it was out in space for a long time. The Enterprise in season 3 in the original series looked used, didn't look mint. And that's what I tried to do with I could have built that entire tower with new pieces. It would cost me a lot more in bricklink orders, but I could have. But I didn't. I just used pieces that I had from when I was a kid and pieces that I got last week in a used lot. So I don't mind as long as they're blue pieces at one point in their life. That was all I wanted to do. But anyway, so I don't mind the yellowing in certain contexts. Most of these do not have that because when I rebuilt them, I wanted to make them look as awesome as possible because I wanted to. But there are going to be, and the logos, so if we talk about that, we'll just grab the same set again. These logos are mint, right? That's also mint on this side, that's mint. And the two slopes look really, really good. But I do have some where the logos, the gold is faded, especially in the torsos and the minifigs. it's gonna happen. I do say to people who ask me about that, I say go to the brickstickershop.com and order the vinyl stickers that are clear that have the logo on it, and then you can just fix your minifig just by putting a torso logo on it, and all of a sudden you got the gold back. I know it's a cheat, but I think there's a lot of my minifigs that have. Let's see if I can find one really quick. Right here. Wow. When I go looking for one, I can't find one. All those are mint. Yeah, that's okay. Oh wow, I cannot find. Not gonna worry about it. I have a lot of minifigs where you just see the red little ship. You don't even see the logo. You don't see the planet or anything. You just see the red. That's all that's left. And some you can't even see any of the logo. You have to hold it underneath the light, and you can just see the outline of where the logo used to be. Some of those. Again, lots of used lots over the years. And that is what it is, and there's no way around it. So anyway, I think I've talked enough. I've been live for almost an hour. I do thank everybody for coming out. You guys have been great. I don't do a live too many times in my life, but I thought I would do it for specifically this guy because I think people would be interested in it. And I'm happy I did it, and I'm happy you guys were here to see it because it's all going to go back into the bins, and I'm going to start selling it. So everybody out there, stay safe, take care, and you guys talk to you soon.